Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hot Shots TV. I'm your host, Scott Briard, and we're here for another episode of This is Darts. And with me today, Kelly's on the show. Haven't been here for a few months, maybe?
Few months, yes. Christmas time, sometime around then.
Are you hiding out in the back, or what's going on here?
I have been website developing.
That's right, and Kelly has been hard at work at the new Hot Shots Games website, when will we have that online?
Hopefully soon. We're working on it. It's actually a functioning site right now, but not all of the products will calculate shipping, which is my bane of my existence.
Should we send them there to have a look at what you're at?
Absolutely. Not 100% sure of the domain name, but if anybody wants to check out our new site, please feel free to email me, kelly@hotshotscanada.com, and I will send you the link and you can take a look. So far, I've got all of the unicorn dart sets are all there with correct pictures. All of the pool table lights, actually, I did those first. They're all there. Most of the flights and shafts, they should be calculating at correct shipping. It's just odd things like dartboards and things like that the shipping wasn't calculating because I hadn't put it in yet. So we're getting there. All 5,000 products are going to take me a little longer than I expected.
Now, we've got a note here. We've been 10 years we've been over 10 years on retail. We've been about 10 years online. I think I first purchased hotshotscanada.com back in about February of 2000. So we're over 10 years without domain name. And the hardest thing of all, and believe me, websites have come and gone since then. They've really, the growth of Amazon and eBay, and believe me, there's been a ton of game room sites. But one of the most difficult things of all was organizing the shipping, the weights, dimensions of the products, correctly integrating in either a shipping method like Canada Post, UPS, Canpar, Purelator, and such. It's not an easy task. And then we've gone on and created 5,000 items, which really...
Well, all of our items, they're not the same size. So, for example, someone who wants to buy 15 sets of dart flights and shafts, but then they want to go and add a pool cue case to that's where I was running into problems. So it wasn't calculating, it would either add them all together and your shipping would be like $200 to Richmond Hill, or it just simply wasn't calculating it properly. So hopefully, keep our fingers crossed, this new site will, or our new website will definitely be, all signs are pointing that it will definitely be shipping properly.
Now, this is actually our fourth web design site, I guess. Number 2 and number 3 were very expensive and never turned into anything, and it was unfortunate.
Did a lot of work on those too.
We did a lot of work on them. But it's a real hit and miss thing. I think the internet is still so young. We forget that it's only 15 years old. You think back to when cars were first manufactured, and imagine 15 years after Henry Ford rolled out his first vehicle, it probably stalled once in a while, maybe didn't have reverse or something to it. The internet is still in its infancy, as far as I'm concerned. Is that the right word, infancy?
Sure.
No?
Still
I sometimes make up words. But it's still young enough that not everything is perfect. And I think sooner or later there will be programs. There's OS Commerce, there's all these other web e-commerce versions of software and such out there, but I think we're happy. We're Apple integrated, so that our entire point of sale system and our website will be completely run on an Apple system. So it's
easy.
It's extremely simple, as simple as switching over to Apple from PC. I don't know if they'll ever have us doing I'm a Mac, I'm a PC commercial, but we deserve it after all the work you've done for the Apple stuff. Anyway, back to darts, which is why we are here. Some great news from you. We have new packaging, which you've been fighting with me for years, I think, too.
I have. You know what? This is our old packaging, and if anybody has ever ordered from us or bought in our store, this was our original packaging. We've had it for about 7 years, I would say.
Is that how you keep track of how long we've been married?
Yeah, when we got the packaging, absolutely. Of course, that's how I keep track of when we got married.
I'll have to remember that next time I'm asked.
How long has your packaging been around? Well, as long as I've been married.
Well, yes. You came to work for Hot Shots the year we got married.
This is also true. It was the slamming of the doors. Just joking. Anyways, this is our original packaging. For its time, it was good, and we've definitely gone through a lot of it, but it definitely needed a updated look. So, our graphic designer, Jackie, she worked with me to develop something that was new and sort of fresh and a little bit different than what we've been doing. So this is our new packaging. It's double-sided, as is the old stuff, but this one here, it's a nice hard plastic or cardstock. And it matches our new website. So the color schemes are a little bit, more the same. It's just a little bit nicer. It's just a little fresher. It's a little bit more different. And Jackie did a great job on it. And Nicole is going to do a great job packaging everything in it. For about a month now, we've been without packaging. So we've scraped through the bottom of the barrel. And we've been, Nicole's done a very good job at making sure all of our products have been going out with packaging, but we had definitely run out of packaging. We were unpackaging prepackaged stuff, so now we have
I'm
packaging.
a traditionalist. I hate change.
We're going to be married for a long time.
On a lighter note, so great, packaging is out.
Yes,
We're happy about that.
absolutely.
Nicole and everyone in the back is organizing and stuff and flights and shaft and everything else. Before I get into, let's get into this because this is dart related. That's sort of dart related, but we'll go there. I was really happy. As you know, the last episode we discussed Montreal, great tournament up there, lots of money, prize money. But most importantly was an opportunity for the women of Canada to qualify into the first PDC Women's World Championship. 24-year-old from Calgary, Alberta, Cindy Party. She's off June 12th to the 30,000-pound World Women's Championship, which is fantastic.
Great.
Stacey Bromberg, a very well-known American female player. She's off to represent the U.S. and there'll be 32 there playing for the Women's World Championship. Past weekend, John Part, I think, was in Austria. He was in Antwerp, I think, over there in a tournament. I think he made it to the third round, went down to Mark Walsh. But anyway, played extremely well. And we will be following up with everyone I've received emails from so far regarding John Part's Dart Tour this summer that we will be involved in. We're trying to get dates out of John. It's difficult for him because he finds out last minute when he's qualified for what. So he could be off on a plane to the UK or over into Europe for different events. I know he's got stuff coming up that he's not even sure if he's qualified for because he's come down the ranking points and is obviously playing in as many events over there to gain points and to gain entry into a lot of the upcoming big prize money events. So obviously that's his priority, but when he does have time this summer, we will be having some fun. I know we've got Dennis Champagne's looking for him up in Montreal. We got Julian Dressler is hoping to get him down to Richmond Hill. And then we must have another 5 or 6 local legions, dart leagues and such that are hoping to get him out. We're hoping to get out too. I think we'll make it a road trip.
Absolutely.
Pack up the car, pack up Josh, off we go. This weekend, Calgary, Alberta at the Royal Canadian Legion, $7,000 in prize money for the Rodeo City Open. More importantly, this weekend is the National Youth Dart Championships, Gander, Newfoundland. Great kids that I met at the Darts Ontario Youth Championship back in March. Great kids, Nick Yen, and others. I can't remember all the names of everybody I met that weekend, but a lot of great players will be off representing Ontario. Marcus Howe was the senior singles representative from New Brunswick. Had a lot of emails back and forth with Marcus. I know he's off there and he's excited as well. I actually sent him a couple of sets of Hot Shots darts, and I think he's using my signature set going into this weekend. But we had such a great email from him. And speaking of youth, which is it's great to see a 24-year-old qualify for the Women's World. We know she obviously played in the youth in Canada. Nick Yen and some of the young guys from Ontario that are so excited to make it to the Nationals and such. But we've got to touch on little Stephen Wilcox from Park Hill, Ontario, who is now my roving reporter on This Is Darts. He's gone as far as have his articles or his reports edited by a dartoid from the U.S. who's looking after making sure everything's written well from Stephen. But what a great opportunity for us to have a young guy out. I know he was in Burlington last weekend. I believe he won the teens event. And then send us a great little email that we've added to thisisdarts.com. So get on there, check up on Stephen. We know he's there's a youth champion or a adult champion for Canada. He's going to be a fantastic player regardless. So get into there. Some great information on This Is Darts. Some great tournaments coming up. And again, we'll keep you posted on a John Part Dart exhibition. Before we end this, we do have, so that's what's coming up this weekend, Gander. And also, if you're out that way, there's blind draws this weekend, as there are for all national, provincial events. If you're out that way, not only a chance to watch some really great youth play, but also get out there into maybe a blind draw on the Friday night, I assume they would have. Check with the ndfc.ca. I know there's got to be a tournament information posting on there regarding it.